This conference will now be recorded.
So in the previous session, we have discussed about the switch statement, and we have discussed how can we use this switch statement in order to compare an expression or the variable value with the multiple branches, and so that we can able to execute the respective branches over there. Now, so as part of this switch statement, we have two syntaxes are available. In the first syntax we have discussed in the last session, where we are comparing the expression or the variable value with the various branches here. If any one of this branch value is matching with this expression, then we are executing the respective block of statements. Suppose if this variable value is not matching with any one of these branch, then it will be executing the else block statement. Then it will execute the else block statement. This is called as the default block statement, which will be getting executed automatically. Now, then how to use this switch statement we have discussed practically. Now, so let me show you one more syntax over here. Before giving that syntax, let me show you one small example, which I have already implemented by using if conditions. Now, so let me take that example. Let me try to implement by using this switch statement. I will show you what is the problem with that and how to solve, okay, by reducing the code by using another format of switch statement. I will show you practically. Now, so let me take a small example here, which we are already implemented. For example, I would like to take this same example here. So where we are identifying the season name based on the month number. So whenever the user has passed a month number, then based on that month number, we need to identify whether this month will be comes under which season. So whether this month will be comes under winter season or summer season or spring season, we need to identify that here. So for that reason, we have prepared one small example with the help of this else if conditions. By using this else if conditions, we have implemented this piece of code. Now, so let me implement the same program by using switch statement. Now let's see how can we do that. So let me log in into my Salesforce account. Now, I'm going to the execute anonymous window. So let me place this example requirement. So this is the requirement here, where depends upon the month number, I would like to identify the season. Suppose if the month number is either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, I want to show this months are comes under winter season. If the month numbers are between from 5 to 8, then I would like to show these months are comes under summer season. If the month numbers are between 9 to 12, I want to show these 4 months are comes under spring season. If the user is supplying any other value, that means less than 1 or greater than 12, then I want to show the message, this month number is an invalid month number, this is not a valid one. I want to show this message. Then how can we do that? Now let's see practically in this case. Now, so in this case here, I would like to implement. So now let me implement the same program by using switch statement. Okay. Whatever the switches statement syntax that we know, with that say switch statement syntax, I would like to implement. Then we will see what is the problem inside that, and then we'll see how to optimize what is the syntax given by Salesforce. So now let's see practically in this case. So let me write this piece of code. Integer month number. I'm indicating like as some 9. I'm passing the month number equals to some 9. So now we need to write that switch statement. Whenever I'm giving that month number, based on that month number, I would like to know this month will be comes under which season. So now in this case, I'm writing this switch statement. Switch on month number. Switch on month number. That means here I'm going to be indicating this. So switch on month number. That means here, please consider this month number variable as input. Based on this month number, I would like to execute some piece of code, and based on that, I would like to decide whether this month number is comes under which season. Now, so now let's see practically in this case how can we do this. Now in this case, when the month number is 1, that means when 1. When 1, I want to indicate that message here. If the month number value is equals to 1, I want to show this is called as summer, sorry, winter season. Winter season. So when the month number is equals to 1, that means whatever the month number value is there, if it is equals to 1, then I want to execute this piece of code. That means this month number 1 comes under winter season. Next, when 2, that means second month here. If I'm passing the month number value as 2, then what is that season name? Here also the same. System.debug winter season. When 3, that means if the month number is equals to 3, then I want to show the message system.debug winter season. Because here month number 3, that means here the March also comes under winter season. When 4, if the month number is comes under, when the number is equals to 4, then I want to show the message winter season. That means what I want to verify. If the month number is also equals to 4, then I want to show that season name as winter season. That means what? Observe this one here. So because as part of my requirement, if the month number is equals to 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, okay? If the month number is either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, then I want to show the message this months are comes under okay winter season. So in this case, I'm indicating this here. So now here in this case, I'm indicating that if the month number is equals to 1, I'm printing the message like as winter season. If the month number is equals to 2, then also this is also comes under winter season. 3 is also comes under winter season. 4 is also comes under winter season. So if the month number is either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, it is going to be printing this same message. But in this case, what we did, so I have written the same business logic in all the cases here. Here also the same statements, here also the same statement, here also same, here also same. That means duplicate code is available here. Okay, duplicate code is available. So in this case, if I'm writing that same code again and again and again, duplicate code will be getting increased or not? Yes. The code will be looking like as lengthy or not? Yes. In this case, to avoid this kind of problem, Salesforce has given a second syntax as part of switch statement. If this kind of situation came into the picture, then for when the month number is equals to 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, then I want to execute same statement, that is this 4 are comes under winter season. For that one here, don't write these statements again and again and again. Just you can specify when 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if the month number value is equals to either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, then execute this piece of statements here. So we can remove this piece of code. Okay, then we can remove that piece of code. Now tell me, will the code has been optimized or not? Number of lines of code has been reduced or not? Yes, the code has been reduced. The number of lines of code has been reduced over here, so that we can optimize the code. For that reason, Salesforce has given this a syntax as part of this switch statement. When the month number value is equals to either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, then I want to show winter season. Or else, when the month number is equals to either 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, then I want to show the message system.debug summer season. So when the month number is 9, 10, 11, 12, then I want to show that message system.debug spring season. Then when else, that means if the user is supplying any other value, okay, if the user has been supplied any other value over here, then, so what is the message you want to show? I want to show the message over here, invalid month. I want to show the message system.debug invalid month number. Please enter the number between 1 to 12. Please enter the month number between 1 to 12. I want to show this message. Okay, I want to show this message. So in this case, what happened? Instead of writing the same code again and again and again, we are going to be specifying the multiple branches, multiple values. If the branch, the value, expression value is matching with any one of this list of values, then it will be executing that piece of code. Okay, so this is the internal syntax here. This is the second syntax has been given by Salesforce by default. Now, let me give the syntax over here first. Second syntax as part of this switch statement. Syntax 2. Now I'm indicating this. Switch on expression or value or variable name, anything. Now, when the value 1, comma value 2, comma value 3, like when the value n, that means if this variable value or expression value is matching with any one of this, okay, list of elements, list of branches, then we can able to execute the statements. Write the statements. Else, that means what? When the values, when the value 1 1 or 2 1 or 3 1 or n 1. In this case here, I would like to execute some different statements. Write the statements. Like the similar way, we can able to write the multiple branches also. If any of the branches not matching, then we can specify when else. When else, then write the default code. Write the default block code. So this is the syntax over here, which we have to follow upon preparing this switch statement. Now, in this case, what is the functionality? Now, in this feature, it will compare the variable or expression value with a collection of elements. With a collection of elements. If any of the branch elements, is matching with the expression, then It will execute the block of statements. It will execute the block of statements. If any of the branch value, is not matching with the expression, then it will execute the default block statements. It will execute the default block statements. This is the internal functionality of that switch statement. This is the second syntax. Two syntaxes are available as part of your switch statement. Now, as part of this is syntax 1, we are comparing the expression value with a separate branch elements. But in the second syntax, we are comparing that expression value with a collection of elements in each and every branch. Now, so now let's see practically in this case how can we do that. So let me execute this piece of code. So let me execute this piece of code. So in this case here, I am going to passing that month number value is equals to 9. So now it will be comparing 9 is equals to 1 or not, no. And then we'll check the condition 9 is equals to 2 or not, no. Both are not same. 9 is equals to 3, no. 9 is equals to 4, no. So all the 4 values are not matching. Then it will go to the second block here, second branch. It will compare 9 is equals to 5, no. 9 is equals to 6, no. 9 is equals to 7, no. 9 is equals to 8, no. So this branch is also not matching. Then we'll go to the third branch here. It will compare 9 is equals to 9, yes. So it will execute this block of statement. This is how it is going to be comparing the elements over here. It will compare a branch value with the expression. If any of this branch value is matching with this expression, the respective block of statements will be getting executed. This is the way it is going to executing this functionality internally.
Sir, can we do nested in this?
Sorry?
Can we do nested method?
Yes. Inside this when block, okay, in the first block, we can write one more switch statement also, no problem. Inside this when block, we can able to write if conditions and then iterative statements also, and you can use that another switch statement also, you can use that, no problem.
So like if possible, any example?
Sorry?
Example, sir, if possible.
Yeah, I will show you, will give some use case to you, try with that one. Okay.
Yes.
So now get in this. So now whenever I'm going to be executing this piece of code. Now. So now here in this case, we are going to be indicating this, okay, the month number, and then based on that month number, we are going to be indicating the respective season. So here I have given the value as 9. So now, so based on this month number 9, I would like to find out the season. Now let's execute this piece of code. Click on execute. See the results. Month number 9 is comes under spring season. So select the debug only. It is indicating that spring season. Now, next one. I'm passing this value to. I'm passing the value to. So now here this particular branch will be nothing but this expression will be comes under first branch only here. Okay, 1 will be 2 will be comes under this first branch. So it will print that winter season. So click on execute. See the results. Select the debug only checkbox. Now it is indicating this is comes under winter season. Suppose I'm passing the value some 22. Suppose I'm passing the value some 22. Click on execute. Let's see. 22 is nothing but invalid value. So it has to display the message invalid month number. So please enter the number between 1 to 12. So don't enter the value less than 1 or greater than 12. The month number value should be between 1 to 12. Like that, we can able to print the message also if the user has entered some wrong information. When the user supplies the wrong value, then we can able to show some message also to the user. This is how we are going to be implementing this piece of code. Let me place this piece of code. So this is the way we are using this switch statement as part of your Apex program. These are the two syntaxes are available as part of your switch statement. Okay. Now, the next one. The next one is iterative statements.
Firoz,
Yes.
hello.
Yes.
Yeah, in this statement you mentioned that instead of expression value, you can able to put variable name, right?
Your voice is not audible actually. I did not get your point.
Yeah. Hello. Can you hear me?
No.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Your voice is keep on breaking.
Hello.
Just type that message inside that WhatsApp or like as inside your chat window.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Now. So now let's see the next feature, iterative statement. We will see what exactly the iterative statements, what is the use, how to use these iterative statements as part of your Apex programming language, at what situations you can go with these iterative statements, and what are the various iterative statements are available in Salesforce, and what is the differences between each iterative statement, we'll see practically.
Sir, are you done with nested if?
Sorry?
Nested if?
Nested if already we are done, right?
Sorry, I forgot.
Nested if condition already we have done. All the four formats we are done as part of if conditions. So now let's see this one. So as part of this iterative statements, what exactly the iterative statement first? Iterative means what? Repeated. Iterative in the sense repeated or continuously. Now, let's see what is this iterative statement. Now let's see practically in this case. Suppose for example, come to a scenario. Come to a scenario. For example, I want to print some welcome message onto my debug log file. How can we print the welcome message onto the debug log file? For that one, we are using that statement system.debug. System.debug, we are indicating that welcome to Apex program. Whatever the message that you want, you can able to print. Whenever I'm executing this a piece of code, now tell me how many times it will print this message? Only once. Okay, only once it will be printing that. So whatever the message that I have indicated over here, this message will be getting printed onto my debug log file. Debug log file. So whatever the message that I have written, that message will be printing inside my debug log file over. Now, so now in this case, whenever I'm executing this piece of code, now this piece of code will be printing this message once on my debug log file. Suppose, for example, I want to show this same message one more time. Then what we can do, we have to write this same piece of code another time here. We have to write one more time. Then it is going to be printing that same message one more time. So that 2 times I have written this a piece of code. So 2 times it is going to be printing this message on my debug log file. Okay, it will be printing the message 2 times. Suppose I want to display the same message one more time here. Then what we can do? We have to execute this same statement. That means we have to print this, write the same statement again. Third time also I'm writing that same statement. Then it is going to be printing this message over here. The same message will print one more time. Okay. Third time also we can able to print this message. I want to print the same message one more time. So for that one, I'm writing one more line of code. Same piece of code I'm writing again over here. And then it is going to printing that same message. Same statement. But the result is what same I'm expecting. I'm expecting the same result, but the same code I have keep on written again and again and again. So the same code I have written keep on execute. I have keep on written the same code again and again and again. In this case, if I'm writing the same code again and again and again, the number of lines of code will be keep on increasing, right? Yes. Duplicate code will be available inside my program, right? Yes. So if the number of lines of code is keep on increasing, then automatically, but the compilation will take some more time, right? Yes. But the execution will take more time, right? Yes. It will be impacting on my application performance, right? Yes. This is the problem. So that's what here Salesforce has introduced a rule. Salesforce has introduced a rule that inside your Apex programming language, into your entire organization, whatever the Salesforce account that you have created, in that entire account, we can able to write a maximum of 60 lakhs characters of Apex programming code, not more than that. So whatever the code that we are writing inside your organization, each and every character code will be counting by Salesforce. If I'm giving space, space is also counting by Salesforce automatically here. So within your organization, we can write maximum of 60 lakhs Apex characters code, not more than that. When you try to write some more lines of code, Salesforce won't allow. Given this rule because to reduce the number of lines of code. That means they want to reduce the coding part. So why? Because suppose if you want to develop the each and every feature by using programming, even though you are a hardcore developer, even though you are an expert in programming language, you can't use programming always. That's what Salesforce is enforcing to the developer. Boss, even though you are an expert, even though you are a full coder, even though you are an expert coder also, you would know the complete knowledge, hands-on experience on coding also. So don't go with that programming, because I have given some plenty of configuration features to you, plenty of ready-made features to you. Those are called as out-of-the-box features I have given to you. Try to use those features first. Use the configuration features which can be implemented through mouse pointers here. So if that feature is not at all possible, if that feature is not at all sufficient, then come to the development part of it. Then write the code. So in this case, if you are writing completely through coding, if you said that, boss, I want to write completely through coding, then you don't need to use Salesforce. You can go to Java also, you can go to .NET also. They're fully coding over there. Completely coding, 100% coding over there. So no need to use Salesforce. So why we are introducing this kind of features? Because if you are implementing so many things by using mouse pointers, then we can reduce that coding part. We can reduce the development time. We can reduce that application execution time. We can make the application performance improved, and then client can also save some budget also. So that is the benefit we are introducing. So why you are going for development always? Don't go with the development. Check inside the configuration. If the configuration is not at all suitable, then only go with the development here. You have to give some justification to the client. Why you are going for development? Based on that justification only, client will approve the time. Or else they won't approve the time blindly. Okay, if the client is giving a requirement to you, then you have to indicate to the client, boss, I need this much of time, 4 hours of time, or 1 day of time, 2 days of time. Then the client will ask you why you need 2 days of time. You have to give the information, you have to give the explanation to the client. In Salesforce, we don't have this feature ready-madely. We can't go with the configuration part. We can't go with the admin part. So we have to go to development. For that one, I need this much of time over. You have to give the justification, or else they won't accept the approval. They won't give the approval to implement the functionality. Okay, what are the time that they are specified? They might be having some idea also on that. From the client side, there will be one technical guy will be there. He will be keep on monitoring. So that here we have to give the justification also. So for that reason here, always go with that configuration. If the configuration is not at all possible, then only go for the development. That's what here Salesforce has given the limitation. Inside your organization, we can able to write maximum of 60 lakhs characters. Upon writing that piece of code, Salesforce will keep on counting each and every character over there. If you're reaching to 60 lakhs characters code, then we can't write some more. Suppose if it is unlimited edition, like as a paid edition, then there is a chance to extend the number of characters by contacting your Salesforce administrator. In your company, whatever the Salesforce administrator that we have, we can contact that person, we can extend the number of characters from 60 lakhs to 1 crore and 1.5 crore, 2 crores also. We can extend the number of characters. If it is a free developer edition, there is no possibility of extension. That will be fixed is 60 lakhs characters, not more than that. That is a limitation given by Salesforce. That's what here, don't write that same code again and again and again. Don't write the blind code. Don't write the duplicate code. Try to optimize that code always. Okay, try to optimize that code always over there. So that's what here, always you are going for the best practices. Don't write that same code. Try to reuse that same code again and again and again whenever you need, wherever you need. Because we can reduce the coding part, we can reduce the number of characters, we can improve the application performance also. That's what here Salesforce has given that limitation. Let me show you that limitation, how many characters we can able to write. Now, if you want to see how many number of characters you can write inside your organization, simply go to the setup menu. Go to the build menu in the left panel. Click on develop. Click on Apex classes. Click on the link Apex classes. When you click on this Apex classes, it is indicating over here. Here you will be having that. You are currently using 975 characters of Apex code, okay, in your organization. Out of an allowed limit of 60 lakhs characters, okay. Out of an allowed limit of 60 lakhs characters. Salesforce has given that limitation to you, so this is the limitation over here. Allowed limit of 60 lakhs characters over here. Now, so in this case, not more than that 60 lakhs characters, we can't write. Salesforce won't allow. So we can write maximum of 60 lakhs of Apex characters code inside your organization. That's what here, don't write the blind code. Always try to write optimized code. Reduce the number of lines of code. So in this case, if I'm writing the same code again and again and again, duplicate code will be getting arise. Number of characters will be occupying more. Number of lines will be keep on increasing. It will be impacting on the application performance. To avoid that here, instead of writing this same code again and again and again, okay, instead of writing this same code again and again and again, what I want to do is I would like to write this code only once. Okay, I would like to write the code only once. So I would like to write this as a statement only once, and the same statement keep on I would like to execute repeatedly in the required number of times. Keep on I would like to execute the same statement again and again and again. So in this case, whenever if you want to execute a piece of code or a block of code repeatedly, continuously till the required number of times, then we can use the help of iterative statements. Okay, so iterative statements are used to execute the piece of code or a block of statements. Okay, iteratively, that means repeatedly or continuously till the required number of times, then we can use this iterative statements. So we can execute this statement till required number of times. It may be 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, 100 times, 1000 times, whatever you want. You can execute it, no problem. For that reason here, whenever if you want to execute the piece of code repeatedly till the required number of times, then we are using this iterative statements. Now, so for that reason, we are using iterative statements. So iterative statements are used to execute the statements iteratively or the block of statements iteratively till the required number of times. So as part of this Apex programming, we have 4 iterative statements are available here. Okay, we have 4 iterative statements are available. What are those? Now let me explain one by one and what will be the syntaxes, how to use that, and then how can we use those syntaxes. We'll see practically in this case. Now, so what are the differences between these iterative statements? We'll see practically. Now, iterative statements. These are used to execute a block of statements iteratively or continuously till the required number of times based on the application requirement. So by using these iterative statements, we can execute a piece of code or a block of statements iteratively, nothing but repeatedly till the required number of times. Now, as part of iterative statements, we have four iterative statements are available inside your Apex programming. Now, in this case, by using iterative statements, we can reduce the number of lines of code so that we can avoid the duplicate code and we can improve the application performance. So that we can improve the application performance. Now, Apex provides the below four iterative steps. First one is while, second one do while, third one for, and the fourth one enhanced for loop. These are the four iterative statements has been given by Apex programming language by default. These are the four iterative statements has been given by Apex programming language by default. Now, so now as part of these iterative statements, how can we use each and every iterative statement? We'll see practically. First one is while iterative statement. First one is while iterative statement. So what is this while iterative statement and what is the use? Now let's see practically in this case. So what exactly the while iterative statement? Now let's see practically in this case. So what will be the syntax of this while? Now let's see first. Then I will show you how the execution flow will happen internally. I will show you now. The syntax is while we can specify the conditions. While conditions, we can write the statements. While conditions, and then we can write the statement. So now here in this case, while we are specifying the conditions here, and then this is we can able to write the statements. Now let's see what will happen in this case. Now, next one. Let me show you that execution flow of this while iterative statement. For example, let me give the syntax first, and then I will show you the execution flow. While of conditions. What are the conditions that you want, we can specify. Not only one, multiple conditions also we can specify. Here we can able to write the statements. Write the statements. Write the statements. Now, so in this case here, how this while iterative statement will get executes internally. Now let me explain the execution flow. Let me explain the execution flow, how it will execute internally. Now let's see. So in this case here, whenever it is executing this a piece of code, let me explain. So before that, it may be having some more statements also here. So it will be executing the statements like this. Okay, it will be executing the statements like this. Okay, it will be having some piece of code maybe there before this while iterative statement. So it will be executing the statements over here. So it is executing the code like this. Now, so it is going to be executing this code like this here. Before that, it may be having some more statements also. Then how it is going to be executing this piece of code? Now let's see. So now it is executing the statements one by one, one by one, one by one like this. At a certain point of time, it is reaching to that while condition. At a certain point of time, it is reaching to the while condition. This is the state. In this case, first of all, it will verify the conditions. It will verify the conditions first. First of all, it will verify the conditions. So once the conditions have been getting verified, okay, once the conditions have been getting verified, if the conditions are satisfied, okay, if the conditions are satisfied, then immediately it will be entering into the block over here. Okay, when the conditions are satisfied, immediately it will be entering into that block over here. With the second part, with the second part. So what are the conditions you have specified? If the conditions are satisfied, it will be immediately entering into the block over here. So once it has executed the statements inside this block, that means whenever it is re-entering into the block, whatever the statements are available, these the statements will be executing once. What are the statements that are specified? These statements will be executing once. This is the third flow. So once all the statements have been executed, okay, once all the statements have been executed, if there is no statements are available, okay, if there is no statements are available, then it will be entering into that while iterate conditions block again one more time. Okay, it will be entering into that block over here. This is the fourth step. So once the statements have been executed once, then it will be reiterating nothing but will try to execute that statement second time over here. It will be executing the statement one more time. It will check the condition over here. If the condition has been satisfied, again it will enter into the block, execute the statements one more time, and then check the conditions again. Nothing but iteratively here. This flow will be keep on going on till the condition is satisfied. Once the condition get failed, it will be coming out from the block automatically by default. This is the fifth flow. Okay, these are the 5 steps are available here as part of this. Okay, while iterative statement. So what do you mean by this while iterative statement? While is one of the iterative statement which is used to execute the statements iteratively till the required number of times. Then what kind of iterative statement? Now let's see here. So now whenever it is executing this statement, first of all it will check the condition. If the conditions are satisfied, block and it will execute the statements once. And then this process will be keep on continuing till the condition gets satisfied. Once the condition get failed, it will be coming out from the block automatically by default. So before executing these statements, while iterative statement is having a condition over here, it will check the condition. If the condition is satisfied, then only statements will be getting executed. So that here, this statement is called as pre-checking iterative statement. Okay, pre-checking iterative statement. What do you mean by pre-checking? Nothing but first of all, it will check the condition, then only it will be executing that statements over here. Okay, first of all, it will check the condition, then only it will execute that statements. So that this kind of statements are called as pre-checking iterative statements inside your Apex programming. So while is a pre-checking iterative statement which will execute the statements, okay, based on the condition results. Well, first of all, it will verify the condition. If the conditions get satisfied, then only the block of statements will be getting executed. It will be continuing to executing the statements iteratively till the condition gets satisfied. Once the condition gets failed, it will come out of the block automatically verified. This is the functionality of while iterative statements as part of your Apex program. Okay, now this is the flow of execution as part of while iterative statement. Now let me write the note point here. It is a pre-checking iterative statement which will verify the condition first. Which will verify the condition first. Once the condition gets satisfied, then it will execute the block of statements. Okay, block of statements. It will execute the statements iteratively till the specified condition gets satisfied. So once the condition gets failed, then it will comes out of the block automatically. It will comes out of the block automatically. It will comes out of the block automatically. Then how to use this while iterative statement? Okay, we'll see in next session. In next session, we'll see some practical examples of this while iterative statement. We'll see practically over there. And how to use this while iterative statement with some practical examples. Then we'll go move forward to that. Okay, do while statement and then for iterative statement. After that, we are discussing about the concept of arrays. Once the arrays concept is also over, then with this one we are done with the fundamentals concept here. Then we will move forward to that, okay, object-oriented programming concept. Generally, till now, what are the topics? Nothing but till the arrays concept, the people will cover within 2 to 3 sessions. But we are going in detail because most of the people are from non-technical background. So we have to keep in mind those people also. For that reason here, so I would like to have covered all the topics, all the fundamental basics in detail. Okay, so now, so that here we'll be discussing in detail each and everything. If your concept or the fundamental concept are perfect, if you're strong in the fundamental concept, remaining concepts are very easy for you. So that here I'm going in detail of each and every topic. Not only this one, the further concepts also will go in detail. It may be taking 1 week, additional sessions also no problem for me. Okay, so that we can discuss every topic. Okay, we can discuss each and every topic in detail with the practical part.
Feroz, can we have like more assignments so that then we can practice a bit more?
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
exactly,
here as part of this iterative statements, from here you will be getting more